So the difference between playing to win and playing not to lose, it's a very simple one. It just lies to the mindset and the approaches that individuals are taking or adopting in a various pursuit, in a various situations. Playing to wins involves more risk taking, okay? Involves more like focusing on the growth, success. But playing not to lose involves more risk averse, like avoiding failure, avoiding trying new things, just getting by, so to say, just getting by. I want to actually share two stories that actually elaborate those two situations, those two approaches in life for my personal life. And the first one, it's actually from one of my best friends. We started together learning the skills of clothing, and we went through all of the challenges together. Of course, everyone has these owns, but I do remember this guy that has a big goals, big ambitions, aspirations, want to do a lot of things, want to live the life in a different way that he's doing at that time. And he's still actually studying, he's still in the college at that time. And I do remember in a certain moment in the journey where we're actually learning, he's almost like 2-3 months away from a degree. All right, he actually wanted to graduate in the college, but he never want to do that. All right, he was actually just doing that for the family, not for him. So we come to conclusions, okay? We talk a lot, and we come to conclusions that, I mean, what exactly you're gonna do with that degree? He's not gonna need it, all right, in anything that he wanna do in his life. But he was all in with actually learning the skill of closing, and he knows that this is exactly the path that he wants, and he was giving it all. And then after a couple of days of those conversations, he actually quit.
Where are you going? I quit.
He quits the college, all right? 3 months away from getting a degree. This might sound a little bit stupid, of course, but for a lot of people, but for him, till this today, was one of his great decisions.
And as it turned out, it was the best decision I ever made.
Let me tell you why. I mean, he quits the college. He got a lot of time for himself, so he invests more time into learning a skill that actually changed his life. So anyway, at that time, that decision was a little bit harsh. It was not easy, but that's actually one of the best. Right now, if you look back to that decision, he said this is one of my best decisions I ever made in my life. Okay, my actually quitting so I can save more time for something that actually can get me to what I want to be in life. Now he's actually traveling. He's enjoying the life that he wants, and he's pretty much all over the world. So the point there is, I'm sure this is not everyone can do that, especially like at the last year of the university. That's not for everyone, but actually it tells you what kind of approach that he has towards making things work. He was someone who was all in, and no wonder why he made it work. So that's just the best example of someone who actually playing to win. He does whatever it takes to make the shit works. And that's the best approach, I think, from my perspective, to really make things work. Regardless, you start a business, you learn a skill, you want to work in a relationship, whatever you want to do, you want to go all in and really play it to win. And the second story, the second side of playing not to lose, it happens actually in my country here, Morocco. One day I was actually going to a restaurant. That was unexpected. I found like one of the servers, very great guy, lovely one, and he was the one who is actually serving me and my mother, okay? Great guy. We talk a little bit what's going on, how life was after the college to now. Long story short, I heard a lot of excuses. I had a lot of blames. I had a lot of pointing fingers, but not to the most important person in his world, which is him. So what's really going on? It's no one is taking responsibility in that situation, okay? He's giving up all the responsibility, and that's why he didn't make it work. I'm not gonna get into more details, but the whole point is, if someone is not playing to lose, he's actually just playing to get by the society. Of course, he should take responsibility of his life, as every one of us here. We should take responsibility of our life, of our actions, and not blame anyone besides ourselves. And that's a wrong approach that you will have in life, and this will destroy you. And of course, if you are someone who is like want to do something bigger in their life, want to make a bigger impact, that's the wrong one to adopt in life. And here is the thing: whatever you saw someone, okay, you saw someone like who starts learning, starts growing, or someone who starts a business, he focused on himself to grow and learn in a certain level. I don't know if you saw this, but for me, I saw a lot of people that actually somehow they reach a level of they get just plateau. They do things, but they don't grow anymore. I'm saying this because I've been one of those, all right? I had a lot of them in my life, and I know exactly what I'm talking about. So here is something that I would like to share with you, okay? This is a personal story. When I started learning, I do remember my first couple of months, even a year, 2 years, my growth was always like this, all right? Just growing, making a bigger impact, making money. Like I feel it, I feel it. Like I'm the shark that never stopped eating and swimming. I was always like hitting it big. In a certain level, okay, in a certain moment, I was not growing anymore. In a certain moment, I was in a plateau, all right? I was doing the work, but I'm not growing anymore. I don't know if you can feel that, if you can relate to that, but for me, this is happens, okay? And what's really happens there in between the line, it's I stopped playing to win and I start really playing not to lose. And I start just doing the minimum basic things just to get by. I was not going all in. I was not just focused on the growth and success and making a bigger impact, but I was getting more comfortable, if you know what I mean. I was more settled in and I was more like just playing just to play and that's it. All right. There was no growth, there was no fulfillment anymore. And that was a really hard and really harsh position to be in, because for me, if I'm not growing, I'm dying.
It feels like I'm dying inside.
I know that, and if I'm not growing, I'm not really satisfied with myself. I'm more of the time that's caused me a lot of anxiety, and this happens to me a lot of times. So I find out like if I'm not growing, I'm having all of these issues, all right? So, but really in between the line, what's really going on, it's I've stopped playing to win most of the time. If I go back, I can check and I see like I stopped doing a lot of things, including like practicing more, for example, learning more, exploring more, and developing myself in different areas. Whenever this happens, I'm getting into that plateau. It's enough, but it's not really aligned with where I want to be. And this causes a lot of anxiety and a lot of discomfort, because for me, that's really like painful when you have big goals, big ambitions, but your action is not aligned with where you want to be. Super dangerous, okay? And I'm sure most of you will relate to this, because sometimes most of you will have goals, but if you know that what you are doing, it's not really gonna get you to where you want to be, this causes a lot of fractions. This gives a lot of anxiety inside you, because you know that inside you, and you know that you have to do something, and you just have to do something about it. It doesn't have to be right or wrong, but sometimes just doing something will cause like a lot of fulfillment that's gonna lead you to find really the right thing that you're looking for, really the best thing to do, like to get to what you want. So doing always beats thinking, all right? Action is always the best teacher. So just keep that in mind. Action is the best teacher. See, just doing. At that time, I do remember when I was getting in that plateau, and of course, that's why always in my previous videos I shared about the power of proximity. That's why you need sometimes to be in like the right environment, because I do remember what happened most of the time is I got a lot of feedbacks from my best friends, okay, that are actually with me in the journey. They point things, that we talk about these things, my feelings and how things are going. And they always share like, okay, so what have you stopped doing? That's cause you're feeling like this way. And if we go back, I find like I stopped doing really exactly what gets me here, which was helpful, okay? That's at least brings awareness to my life at that time. And I'm sure most of you, that's why whenever someone asks me, what do I really need to get to the next level? Okay, or what do I need to fix an issue that I have right now? Okay, so what is the issue in the first place?
What is the issue then?
You have to bring the awareness. If you want to fix something, you need to line it with light. You need to actually be aware of what's really going on. So that's the only way for you to fix it. As a leader, if you are someone who is watching, like you're a leader, you're leading team, business, you have a lot of employees that are working with you. If you have someone that are actually struggling, or someone who is, he made a mistake, okay? We're humans, we made them, and he messed up, he made a mistake, and
I know I messed up, but I got my reasons.
Instead of punishing them, instead of just, going, oh, you're like totally like worthless, or whatever something that you're gonna say at that time, reacting to that, why not just encourage them? That's fine. You failed on it. You're learning all lessons. Okay, that's just an asset that you need to build, all right, to be the next version of you. Why not just encourage? That's why we need, as a leaders, to encourage people that are actually failing, because at least they are trying. Most of the people, they don't even try. But if someone fails, encourage them. Congratulations, let's try it again. Let's do it again. I'm sure this time will be better than the previous time, for sure. And this goes in the business too. Like whenever you sell like a business that are growing, but in a certain level, they actually stop growing, but they're not growth anymore. Most of the time, if you read a bit, like if you really dig deeper, what I really find, like the business, it's not playing to win anymore. Most of them, they're playing not to lose. They do just the minimum requirement to get by. That's what caused most of the businesses like to fail after all. Because if it takes too longer time, like you would be kicked in the ass, that's for sure. Because the market, it's not gonna wait for you, right? You need to play. You need to always be in grind and really make things happen. Yeah, in the business world too, like if it's not just in a personal life, if you're not growing, you're dying. That's literally it. So my point of this video is actually bring some awareness of you yourself that you're watching my video. Are you playing to win? Or are you actually playing not to lose? Think about it. I want you to flash back to the previous like 3-6 months and just think back, like, are you really been playing to win or are you playing to lose? And most of the time, if you are not really where you want to be, it's you been like adopting the wrong one. Hope this video actually brings some awareness so you can change that and really attack where you are, attack the situation where you are in with massive imperfect action and do more, produce more. I actually heard something yesterday from Alex Hormozy. He said the volume always beats the luck. And he said this to someone like me because I've been thinking about producing content for a while, for a long time, and I was thinking about producing good content. All right, if you go back to my first video, you can see exactly how I record my first video. I don't even know that I should put my phone like this. Like I put it this way. And anyway, there was like crazy video that I created, but I did it, all right? And that's what counts. So whatever you're thinking about something, try to check the first step. Do something about it, all right? Instead of just thinking about it, do something that's actually can fulfill, all right, you. And that's it. You will figure out by learning. Now, I mean, the lighting, the things that are going right now are better than before, but I'm sure it's not gonna happen if I didn't start that first video, right? And the help of my guy here. So after all, it needs to adopt the right approach. So I'm planning to win. And I'm sure in different sides in my life, I still have to figure out, I still have to grow, I still have to adopt a lot of new things, get rid of a lot of bad things. And that's what I'm gonna share with you. This journey will be with you and I wanna share everything here with you. And that's why even my title here, it's Together. So let's do it together. I hope that was actually inspires you. If it does, make sure to subscribe and leave me a comment below. And if you think that this could help someone else that you know, feel free to share the video with them and let's do it together. I love you all. Peace.